Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I am going to do your November the 10th just for today in a meditation. I hope that you are doing well this morning. I'm feeling very peaceful. Looking forward to the meditation. Okay, the title of today's meditation, Fear or Faith. No matter how far we ran, we always carried fear with us. That comes from the basic text, page 14. For many of us, fear was a constant factor in our lives before we came to Narcotics Anonymous. We used because we were afraid to feel emotional or physical pain. Our fear of people and situations gave us a convenient excuse to use drugs. A few of us were so afraid of everything that we were unable even to leave our homes without using first. As we stay clean, we replace our fear with a belief in the fellowship, the steps, and a higher power. As this belief grows, our faith in the miracle of recovery begins to color all aspects of our lives. We start to see ourselves differently. We realize we are spiritual beings and we strive to live by spiritual principles. The application of spiritual principles helps eliminate fear from our lives. By refraining from treating other people in harmful or unlawful ways, we find we needn't fear how we will be treated in return. As we practice love, compassion, understanding, and patience in our relationships with others, we are treated in turn with respect and consideration. We realize these positive changes result from allowing our higher power to work through us. We come to believe, not to think, but to believe that our higher power wants only the best for us. No matter what the circumstances, we find we can walk in faith instead of fear. Just for today, I no longer need to run in fear, but can walk in faith that my higher power has only the best in store for me. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. That is a beautiful meditation, fear or faith. I do not ever, and I'm sure I've read it maybe 100 times or more, maybe 100 times or more. This quote, no matter how far we ran, we always carried fear with us. And every time I read it, it impacts me as though I had never read it before. But when I begin to think about being fearful, paralyzing fear, the type of fear that unless I use to calm my nerves and handle the anxiety, self-medicating for anxiety, I would not be able to function and do the things that I did. I remember the day when that was the case. I remember the day when I had to start my day out just to get to work with something in my coffee cup besides coffee and cream and sugar. I remember loading my coffee up with Kahlua Bailey's and cream, right? I remember those days. I remember carrying a flask with my coffee loaded with alcohol, liquor, in order to sip that during the day. I had so much fear and anxiety. So I totally can relate to this meditation. And I know today that I am much better. As the saying goes, we do recover. And I believe that while I still am having to deal with anxiety, Narcotics Anonymous has given me so many tools to put in place to deal with the level of anxiety as it floods me, as it comes, that it is manageable. And it is nowhere near as paralyzing as it used to be. And I'm hoping that's the case for you, because the application of spiritual principles, as it says here in the third paragraph, helps eliminate fear from our lives. Does it take it completely away? Absolutely not. Because I don't think there's anything that I would look back on and say, I overcame that. I no longer go through that. I've recovered from that. There's nothing like that that I would say doesn't occasionally still come back up, because I believe as a human being, I'm going to have these different feelings, emotions, um, frustrations. I believe pleasures, right? Exciting things too. Positive things can also cause fear. Depends on who you are. People often talk about fear of failure, but a lot of times I think my issue is fear of success. All the ducks are in a row, but I struggle with pushing through to the next level. Because when I push to the next level of success, with it comes a whole other ball of responsibility, right? And so I know that you can relate to this, but the bottom line is that we've come to believe that a higher power wants the best for us, only the best for us. I don't have to waste a whole lot of time thinking, is this really all there is? To my God, seriously, this is it? No, that's stinking thinking. When I'm thinking like that I can't do better or it will never get better, that is stinking thinking. And those are the thoughts that oftentimes would back me up into a corner that I could not get out of clean, meaning that I was paralyzed with this fear, stuck in a rut, couldn't make a move without having to get high to calm the negative emotions so that I could function. Today, I no longer do that. Today, I meditate, I pray, I exercise. I love to laugh. I'm pretty jovial during the course of the day. And that laughter, that joy, oftentimes gives me such a feeling of wellness that I can almost immediately recognize when there's an energy of fear or negativity that is trying to work itself back into me, into my spirit. And I don't allow it, nor do you need to. My name is Mighty Stream, and I am very encouraged by this meditation. I hope that you are too. I hope that you would take the just for today at the end where it says, you no longer need to run in fear, but can walk in faith that your higher power has only the best in store for you. Me, I personally would take that and I would condense it down. I no longer run in fear. I walk in faith that my God only has the best for me. I would condense it and put it up as an affirmation. And it would be one of the things that I would say every day. And get it down so that I can say it by rote, right? Because this is a positive affirmation. If you say it enough, you begin to believe it, and you will see it starting to come to pass in your life. Again, my name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. I most certainly intend to talk to you tomorrow.